and all that. I feel like he's made drastic jumps.
It's also probably Fisher, to be honest.
Well, yeah, no, that's true.
How many times have we had this discussion? For the reason Colin Kaepernick was effective and Alex Smith was effective in San Francisco is because they had a head coach who bought into them.
Yeah, and played and used this playbook and schemes that, took...
You could easily adapt.
Yeah, exactly.
And right now, what's his name? The coach in McVay. He is 100% invested in Jared Goff. Mm-hmm. They were talking about bringing in a veteran quarterback, and he said, no, Goff's the guy. But really quickly, I heard Carson Wentz, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard Carson Wentz at the beginning of the season went to Doug Peterson and said, these plays we ran at North Dakota State, they work. Let's practice these. And he's like, you know what, I'll give it a try. And it was like night and day. So he brought the plays to the coach.
That's a way to adapt. And
yeah,
that's a way to make sure that you're going to be putting yourself in the best way to produce.
But again, Nelson Aguilar is not missing he's not dropping passes. Alshon Jeffrey is a big upgrade. Selleck is finally completely healthy. Mm-hmm. Who else they got? They got Torrey Smith.
I mean, Ertz is proven to be a safety net for him all over the field.
Yeah, and then
if all else fails, go to Ertz. Big white dude will catch it.
And then what does he have in the backfield? Oh, he loses Darren Sproles. That sucks. Here's LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah.
Smallwood.
Yeah.
Woodhead, whatever.
Yeah.
No, Smallwood.
Yeah, I know it's Smallwood.
What is Bill Clinton's favorite college?
Morehead State.
Morehead State. All right.
Ding, 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 ding.
The game that really irritated me because I picked up Chris Ivory as my running back in fantasy, but TJ Yeldon got all the good carries.
Yeah, he did.
Jaguars 27, Colts 0. Ouch.
Yeah.
I know Dan O'Shea usually would argue against me on this, but at what point do they say, you know what, let's just trade Andrew Luck to bring in more pieces? Because right now we need solid pieces. We need offensive line.
If they want to trade Andrew Luck, I think they need to get Andrew Luck on the field so that some team is going to look at him and be like, you know what, we can use him.
Mm-hmm. I can give you 5 teams that if the Colts went to them and said, we will trade you Andrew Luck, we want draft picks. The 49ers would say yes. The Jaguars would say yes.
What quality draft picks are they getting? They could get great draft picks if he was not injured right now. And if he was uncertain on whether or not
they'd be getting their first round pick and the 49ers first round pick.
They would have to. I mean, you would get first round picks, but I think you could get more for him if he was, or he gets on the field and you just don't want to get rid of him again.
I bet the Vikings no, because they're pretty happy with Case Keenum.
And Sam Bradford has still been somewhat good for them, at least the first week, but he's always injury prone. But they might have too much in Minnesota for them to go after.
Teddy Bridgewater is only a few weeks away from being able to step on the field, from what I understand.
We thought he was never going to end up
Tony thought he's never going to play again. I said he would. I said he'd be playing this season.
I was hoping that he would. I was, crossing my fingers that he would because he looks like a great talent. But there was definitely people, even doctors, that were like, after that injury, there's not much, success for getting back on a football field. But if he can do it.
Tim B is saying, Luck uninjured and Colts look okay. If he was healthy, trading wouldn't even be discussed. Yeah, I think it would because his contract is just so ridiculous.
Yeah, but they gave him that contract.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't commit that. Yeah, but that's another reason. How hard is that to trade? Nobody's going to want to absorb that. You're going to have to foot some of that bill.
Right, they would have to foot some of that bill.
They wouldn't have given him that money if they didn't want to use him for that role. But you don't want it. Why would you ever, and this never makes sense to me, why would you ever think that it's okay to trade off somebody and still be paying off that player? That's counterproductive. You're paying for another team to have a player that you're paying for.
Well, I mean, the Yankees just did that, and Brian McCann beat them. Mm-hmm. Now he's in the World Series.
But at a certain point, yes, you can make the argument. But right now, you've given him all this money, and he played last year with his injury, where he should have already came out. Maybe he wouldn't be as injured as he is now this year. and you want to try and see some amount for your investment here.
You're not going to get it because you paid him too much. They made that big mistake. They've got no one else around him. They've got no one that can help
But
him.
I have no problem with that. Let these teams learn this. If they didn't learn this from...
T.Y. Hilton's a good wide receiver.
Okay, when he can get him the ball.
Yeah, and Andrew Luck is someone that can get him the ball.
Well, no. The argument is that offensive line is so bad, Andrew Luck cannot get him the ball.
He's got to be able to move a little bit, but with his injury, I don't.
Let this problem keeps happening until teams are going to learn. Let them learn, because look at what the Ravens did. It was the same problem after winning the Super Bowl.
Exactly. And really quickly, Tim B said right now they need a quarterback. You're going to get rid of and continue to pay quarterback and still need a quarterback. The argument that I am making is Jacoby Brissett is good enough for you to draft a quarterback.
He's as a placeholder.
Let him sit a while and learn how to run the Colts offense while getting good offensive linemen that can protect your quarterback.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
I don't think paying him to be on another team works. If someone like the Browns is willing to absorb that contract like they did with Brock Osweiler, okay, then I think you strongly
you have to
consider
get lucky and hope that the Browns or some other team's that dumb to take that deal.
The Browns have already done it.
Yeah, but do you think they're going to keep doing the same thing?
Osweiler's back in Denver. It didn't work. I'm sure they're not going to do it again.
I was almost about to ask you, do you think the Browns will fall for it again? But the answer is yes. They always do.
They fall for everything again.
They're like the Adam West from Family Guy. Ooh, piece candy.
If that part wasn't a consideration, the having to pay him that money, I think the smart thing to do would be trade him, get a pick, a high pick, use your high pick, you get an offensive lineman, you get a quarterback, use Jacoby Brissett to sit.
Trade him to the Giants for the first pick in the draft.
No, they wouldn't do that.
No, I know.
No, thank you.
Although he would be a better choice than Eli anyways.
No, it's not Eli's fault.
It's not Eli's fault, but Eli's gotten to a point where he's old.
How many
Philip Rivers are probably...
How many game-winning Super Bowl drives has Andrew Luck done?
None.
Oh, how many has Eli done?
Two.
I get that.
So, in all fairness, he needed some really nice catches by some people who have no business being on the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Eli...
Fine. But that being said, Eli's also a journeyman. And quite frankly, Andrew Luck has been in the league how long and how many games has he missed?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that at the point of where Eli is in his career, he's looking at the tail end of his career.
Honestly, I think what he needs and what he should do is ask for a trade to Jacksonville. Let him go play with Coughlin.
That would be a good fit.
Let him finish. He's going to retire to Florida anyways.
Yeah, I know.
Let him get there.
Louisiana, go back to this. Go hang out with...
And just add in
Peyton Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper.
Reggie Bush is still looking for work too.
Oh yeah, Reggie Bush. Yeah.
I'm glad we caught him.
Yeah. Anyways,
FedEx is hiring for the holiday season, Reggie.
Nice. Isn't he? Oh no, Steve Smith. I was saying, does he work for Dr. Pepper?
No, Steve Smith is fast too.
Yeah.
Steve
Real
Smith,
fast.
yeah. Steve
Rams 33, Cardinals a big 0.
Like I said, the Rams have been a surprise for me. I think that they've been something that's been overproductive. Maybe they're coming down from this now. I don't know.
Dolphins 31, Jets 28.
Crazy game.
That was a good game.
Jay Cutler too.
Yeah.
Matt Moore, actually.
Listen, did I not say at the beginning of the year Matt Moore should be the starter?
Yeah,
Matt Moore should be the starter. He got you to the playoffs.
They didn't have to get Jay Cutler at all.
They didn't. They wasted $10 million.
Hey, in Jay Cutler's defense, he tried to retire.
I would have loved to see Jay Cutler in the booth like Tony Romo, and Tony Romo being so awesome that he is doing the announcing. Jay Cutler would be criticized in that too.
Yeah,
Not only were you a crappy quarterback, you're a crappy announcer too.
Yo, is it just me or is Tony Romo winning like all sorts of awards for this?
Oh, he should.
He is.
I was actually saying to Chuckles the other day and to everybody that was watching football, I was like, I don't think the way he talks, I don't think we see him in the booth that much or for very long. He's going to coach somewhere.
Yeah.
He sees things before they're happening.
There's a petition to get him to be the color commentator for the Super Bowl.
I'd rather have him I'd rather have him commenting on the World Series right now if they get rid of Joe Buck.
Yeah.
I've had enough of him. He's had his run. 20-something years, you're done. Get out of here, Joe.
I don't think you get the whole knowing what's going to happen beforehand.
No, I don't care. I'd rather hear Tony Romo on my television than Joe Buck.
See, what we've got here is 2 balls, 1 strike. We know Dallas Keuchel, he really likes to throw the lone inside sinker, so you're probably going to see about 2 of those. And then he does it.
Yeah.
Tony Romo's a prophet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he is.
Tony, lotto numbers now.
I never thought I would ever see the day that I could actually sit here and say, you know what? I like Tony Romo. And this is actually happening. Like, he's a good announcer.
He's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback and a Hall of Fame announcer.
Yes, he is.
He should be.
I don't know about Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, he will.
I mean...
Listen.
His playoffs
listen.
really dampened that.
Listen. The four horsemen quarterback. The 4 horsemen quarterbacks, those are the lower 4, not the Rodgers, Breeze, Manning, Brady.
Yeah.
That's Eli, Rivers, Big Ben, Romo. They're all going to be in the Hall of Fame too. Without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he broke all of Troy Aikman's records.
I can totally see Romo going in before Rivers.
But that's the hard thing with Rivers and Romo in that group, because you have Eli and Ben who've won numerous Super Bowls, and you have those 2 that haven't won any.
But then you got Dan Marino who hasn't won any.
Yeah, but Dan Marino was better than them.
Is he?
How
much better than Troy Aikman is Dan Marino?
He had records that need to be broken before when Favre broke them. I mean, does other than Cowboy records, does Tony Romo hold any major NFL league records?
Yeah, I mean, he's still got the highest completion percentage and highest total QBR.
Okay, I'll give it. Those are 2 credible ones that I didn't think about. But we're talking like
Aaron Rodgers.
Career numbers. Here.
Yeah, we're talking from 2006 to 2016.
No, and like I said, I do agree with those were 2 that surprised me. But I'm talking like, Peyton Manning numbers, Brett Favre numbers. Like, we have the potential of seeing Tom Brady break these records, and then we have the potential of Aaron Rodgers breaking those.
The 2011 Cowboys are Miles Austin quitting on a play away from beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
I know. But, it's like...
Damn you, Miles Austin!
Dan Marino is also number 5 on the list for most passing yards of a quarterback all time.
Who?
Dan Marino. And I'll put it into relevance for you. Tony Romo's not in the top 20.
Okay, so let's...
Dan Marino almost won 2 Super Bowls.
He didn't win any, though.
No, he didn't.
Doesn't matter. Dan
Marino's also number 5 on as far as career touchdowns. Again, Romo is not in the top 20.
But and who's above him?
Who's above who?
Marino, and who's one?
Oh, it's Brady, Breeze, Favre, Rodgers,
and those were all people that prior to we have seen them break that record. When we were growing up watching football, Marino was the one that held the records, and then everyone else that we've seen broke them. I don't see
how many. Let me just ask you really quickly. Also, who are the running backs that they had when Dan Marino was the quarterback?
Oh, man. Now you're really testing me because I didn't follow the Dolphins. He was the only thing worth following, really. I mean, obviously not. I mean, they were a good team. They obviously had good teams, but not in my opinion. I was a Bills fan.
Yeah.
So, but it's like
the reason I ask is because Marion Barber was very good. Julius Jones was very good. Even Tashard Choice for a year was good.
Choice. I forgot about that, too. But, it's something where, Dan Marino was considered the best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl. I don't know how many other people are in that caliber.
I think Tony Romo and Drew Brees are in there.
Drew Brees has
won a Super
Bowl. I'm not Drew Brees. Philip Rivers.
I was going to say Drew Brees has won.
Yeah, no, I meant Philip Rivers. Yeah, he beat the Colts.
He's on these lists, so he's above Marino. He's definitely going in the Hall of Fame. He's not in the top 20. Don't worry about it.
Okay, these are all time, right?
Yes.
Who are the rest? In the top 20.
About like Jim Kelly or...
Yeah, you're talking about like Jim Kelly, Phil Simms, quarterbacks.
Where do you want passing yards?
Yeah, sure, we'll go passing yards.
Passing yards, the list goes as follow. Peyton Manning, Barrett Favre, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, John Elway, Eli Manning, Warren Moon,